Several people are arrested after a wild morning at a Southside bar. San Antonio police say that two people were shot in the legs, and as Eyewitness News reporter Alyssa Tellez tells us, not everyone is cooperating with police.
A chaotic scene at River City Saloon. San Antonio police struggle to detain a woman after receiving a call about a shooting. Police say it happened after a fight broke out inside the bar. That's when they say a man pulled out a gun and started shooting. Police say the fight moved outside where the shooting continued. Investigators say they found two 30-year-olds, one man and one woman, had been shot in the legs. They were taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries.
Police were able to find one of the suspects in a trash can like this one, and they took him into custody.
Officers arrested three men. It's unclear why they were trying to detain this woman. A preliminary report from SAPD doesn't indicate she was arrested. TABC says they've started a preliminary investigation.
There is no evidence that indicates any wrongdoing on the part of the business.
This is standard procedure anytime something violent happens at a place TABC regulates.
Our role is to investigate to determine if there is any evidence that shows that the business may have played a role in what took place.
This wouldn't be the first time a shooting happened at the bar. Two people were killed and one person was seriously hurt back in October 2019. And in 2017, a woman was stabbed, something the TABC says they keep in mind.
If we have previous convictions that show that the business has played a role in public safety issues, then they could face a harsher penalty, such as a longer suspension or a heavier fine.
River City will be able to resume operation again later tonight. Alyssa Tellez, KENS 5 Eyewitness News.
All right, thanks a lot, Alyssa.